morning or whenever you see this on the 24-hour internet. First off, congratulations on getting here. If you couldn't do that, you probably enjoyed online school a little more than you should have. Next, thank you, Mr. Gardner, for being our principal for the last 6 years. Thank you to our teachers for learning in the last year and a half how to talk to themselves for more than an hour every day, which some may call an illness. And thank you, students, for not unmuting yourselves. Teachers, there were a lot of things you didn't hear. So thank you, Microsoft, for that feature, and thank you, Siri. And of course, thank you, classmates, the brains, the athletes, the princesses in the basket cases, and the criminals. I appreciate the honor of speaking for both our grade 8 and now high school graduating classes. You've all been good new friends, old friends, and future friends for the last 4 years. My greatest amount of gratitude, though, goes out to the friends, the families, and the parents and guardians for your guidance, motivation, patience, and transportation, and maybe your personal haircuts. Thank you for sitting at the kitchen table and trying to teach us math, but we cried and refused to learn it. We also took it like a champ when we decided to embarrass you with some of our not-so-thought-through actions at school. I think we all pushed the limits whenever we thought we could get away with something. Now imagine, we got our last 2 years as we should have. Although our opportunities to make memories at TIS were cut in half, we still experienced so much, like our cross-country trip to New York in grade 11, the Christmas talent shows, the Mega Bowl, the Avengers Endgame rave, and the transition from muscle cars to Elon Musk's electric vehicles. We learned how to drive. Shout out to the kids with the late birthdays. You were limber enough to jump out of the way of our learning curves of the rest of us. We learned how to play more video games and master getting up 2 minutes before class and still looking sharp. And thanks to the Link Group class, we didn't miss our fire drills this year. We've gone from Gangnam Style, Watch Me, and Black Beatles to forming our own tastes like the 70s Beatles and Billie Eilish or Billy Idol. Some have discovered Drake and some have discovered Darkside, but ultimately we've all found our own beat to walk to. All the while we've gone from normal size clothing to almost no clothes to now oversized clothing. But I, for one, had fun, just as you should through all of life. If you don't like something, don't waste your time on it. If you don't like your program next year, leave it. If you don't like your job you're in, leave it. If you don't like the friends you're with, leave them. If you bought a puppy you don't like, wait, don't leave it. We don't leave puppies. Ultimately, we are accountable for our own lives and cannot rely on others to determine our destiny. To paraphrase Jim Carrey, you can fail at something you don't like, so you may as well fail at something you like to do. The best advice I have to give you is that you can't live in someone's shadow and expect to cast your own. I watched the trends, and the best example I can give you comes in the form of our shoes. If you stop and think about it, we've had a new popular shoe style every year, from Yeezys in grade 7 to Birkenstocks to Nike Roches to white Vans to Converse and now Air Force Ones, which is funny because nowadays we spend our time at home in socks. In all seriousness, be careful with conformity. It can be costly. And what I mean by that is that you'll lose money, your identity, confidence, and yourself. No one significant has ever done what everyone else is doing. The same is true for relationships. Don't get consumed in trying to find the right one. Be happy with the one you have right now. Whether that be you, your friends, or your significant other, you must be at a state of wanting someone, not needing someone. Because no matter what, you'll always be with yourself. So be your own best friend and be true to yourself. This year's graduation theme was years in the making, which is kind of funny because you're still trying to make up for the last two. Always keep this theme in the back of your head though. Your life is strictly years in the making. Every year is what you make of it. During the last 14 years, we've been pursuing education each year to graduate to the next. And now it's when it finally pays off with a diploma. We've probably already forgotten the majority of what we were meant to learn, but the most important thing this school has taught us how to deal with relationships Maybe we all should listen to Doc from Back to the Future when he said, "Whatever happens, Marty, don't go to 2020." But despite that, the troubles of our last year, we endured it to get to this moment. Here we are in the next stage of our life, where I wish you love and happiness. I hope you don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get discouraged by small inconveniences. I hope you feel all the emotion that comes with life and keep your gratitude higher than your expectations. At this milestone, everyone should take a moment to figure out if you want to live in someone's shadow or rise up and cast your own. As Ayn Rand said, the question isn't who's going to let me, it's who's going to stop me. Cue the Joe Canadian parody. Hey, I'm not a sailor or a thief. I don't live on a boat or in the Caribbean, or have a peg leg, or eye patch and pet parrot. I don't shoot cannons, but I do throw javelins and basketballs. I have a principal, not a captain. I know karate, a baker, and a gardener, but I don't know how to fight, cook, or plant flowers. I can proudly wear purple clothing. I'm not a crusader or a giant, and definitely not a ram. I don't have to worry about scurvy, instead COVID, Tide Pods, and killer wasps. I believe in peacekeeping, not demanding for gold, although I want it. Diversity, not simulation. Excellence is a tradition, not a rare occurrence. This is the best athletic school, the best part of Brockville. My name is Kaylee, and with you,